I would wager my mortgage on it that we will see some significant growth.
Has your mortgage fallen in value recently?
Oh, of course it has, just like yours.
Yeah, you tell me about it. John, thank you very much. John Minnis from Minnis and Company Estate Agents. Michael Moore from Queen's University, the professor there, who's predicting that we're not even at rock bottom yet. We're going to fall a little bit further. And you can see Spotlight again today on BBC Two at 11:20. And of course, you can see it on the iPlayer as well. We will be back tomorrow with Kirsty Young from Desert Island Discs fame. And we want your Desert Island Disc. We'll tell you more about that. It's a brand new project, a new programme to celebrate the 70th anniversary of one of the most successful radio programmes in the history of broadcasting. Gerry, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome
How are you doing,
back.
William?
I'm doing all right.
Where's the mobile bacon today?
Oh, stop that. He's
Where is it?
disgracing himself in Las Vegas as we speak.
Again? The public must be delighted that the both of us weren't on at the same time.
I know, he's having a recession holiday.
Between you and Coyle, the public are happy.
Coyle was very good, actually. This is the thing about Coyle, he can talk. He's a great talker.
Wash your mouth out. What do you mean he's a great talker?
He is a great talker. He told us stories and all sorts of things yesterday.
What kind of stories?
You never tell me stories. You just go, get me off. That's my time. Where you go?
No, there's none of that.
Yeah, there is.
No. Was he talking to you, telling you stories?
Talking about you, actually, to him.
Was he?
I was saying I saw you walking through an airport the other day. And you have this way of walking, which is, to push your forehead up near to the sky as you walk. You walk like you're like a colossus astride an arrivals area.
Why don't you just say rooster? That's what you mean, isn't it?
You don't walk like a
That's
rooster.
what you mean. That's what you mean.
There's a wee bit of a rooster touch. More like a kind of a combination of a Greek god and a rooster.
I know what you people mean. I know what you're at. Go away then.
I love you too.
Yes, go away.
You said jump, I said how high exactly you want me to jump to. And you said walk, I will walk to the end of the line and back to you. My name's Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am. You said, boy, do you really love me? Well, I ain't got much words to say. Hey, let me write my answer down in the sand by the waves. Hey, my name is Steve and I'm your riding man. Yes, I am. My name's Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am. If you want me to stay, I stash my sleeping roll under your bed. That says more than anything in my life I ever said. My name is Steve and I'm your staying man. Yes, I am. My name is Steve and I'm your riding man. Yes, I am. My name is Steve and I'm your walking man. Yes, I am.
Oh, that's a nice song. That's Seasick Steve, known in this programme as Sick Bag Willie, and that's a song called Walking Man. Good morning, Gerald Michael Anderson here. It's good to be back. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
How
It
are you?
wasn't sort of a proper opener.
I know you're going to say that.
Yes, I thought it was a wee bit. Yeah, I think that's around 11:10. It's just not right.
The first thing I do, you complain about it.
Well, I don't. Well,
This was anticipated by a man who writes to me and he said, "Welcome back. Great to have some proper music back on the wireless. If I hear Van Morrison's Bright Side of the Road again, I'll scream at the top of my lungs until it becomes the dark side of the moon.
I never played it.
Please tell Sean if he wants to do back-to-back, wall-to-wall, all-request shows in your absence. It's probably a good idea to play at least one of the requests, rather than just reading out people's names, their favourite songs, and then not playing them, and ignoring them for the 5 CDs that were near to his mug of Nescafe before he tripped down the stairs at 10:25. So well done for your marathon challenge. We'll talk about that later. Given the ratio, I suppose you'll be finishing the programme today around 10 to 11. What's your next challenge? Repairing the ozone layer? Peace to all men? No, seriously, it's good to have you back. You did miss the MTV Awards, broadcast to a potential audience of 7 billion. The host, Selena Gomez, said, "Keep her lit." Can I suggest that you now plague Geordie for a new catchphrase before someone is maimed or injured in the course of public duties? Probably your good self. She didn't complete the "until we get out." As everyone knows, this would be a direct reference to the property bubble. An over-reliance on civil service jobs and years of shameful political ineptitude. Clever Selena. Another thing you missed as well was the mysterious appearance of a Monday evening undertone in the living rooms of the province. I've heard of this. Michael Bradley appearing and out of the blue.
Yes.
He's sold out. What's next? Malky Kush? Given that denim-clad young buck was creeping around a graveyard one minute, then comparing sideburns with a farmer in the field the next minute, the question begs, is this young lad after the golden Joe Mahan money pot? After all, Joe was his mentor.
That's correct.
He's becoming, the undertone has become Joe Mahan. I'm standing here with my guitar.
I was watching Joe last night. I got the last 15 minutes.
I saw him too.
Yeah.
He's getting worse.
I don't say that now. You don't mean that.
No,
you
not
don't
the
mean
pejorative
worse.
sense.
Oh, no.
He's getting more affected.
Yes, it's getting deeper, isn't it?
They're getting deeper. Now you're back in the lukewarm seat, as it has been so long. I thought I'd fish you out a production schedule for this morning. Remember the days when Sean was your producer and you actually might have some kind of programme plan? Here's the programme for today. And he's good. What do you hear this?
Yes.
This was in my hand when I came in here this morning, as the girl said to the sailor. 10:31. Ask Crawley about the fat boy in Vegas.
All right.
We did that.
Yes.
10:32. Playing a completely inappropriate starter record.
Yes.
10:33. Argue with Sean about the appropriateness of that record. We've already done that.
Yes.
10:34. Argue with Sean over last night's TV. We've already brought it.
Yes. That's brilliant.
10:45. Argue with Sean over the all expenses paid trip to New York. Yeah, we're doing that next. 10:54. Argue with the caller over the second record. 10:59. Start the show. 11:15. Argue with the caller over the length of the 2 records after the news, which I intend to play 2 long ones because I'm tired. 11:20. Put a shout out for a motor for a 1975 Mullinex food mixer, a red one. 11:25. Argue with Sean about Emma and Ken's 1-to-1 pension arrangements. 11:35. Tell Sean he's got more Crabbit and grey since you last saw him. You know, I was just thinking then. It's 3 weeks since I saw you. You are greyer.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
I think you get the drift. Welcome back. Right, come on, start it. Come on, start the abuse.
There's a call on one.
Is there?
Yes.
Somebody else going to start the abuse.
Is your thing touched? Do you know what I mean?
As a matter of fact,
No,
yes, but how did you know that?
No, there's
look
a new
at how
man.
Look at how Emma laughs. Look at
There's
how
a
she
new
laughs.
man in
a
the
very
swa-
encouraging laugh, Emma. You're laughing in all the right places.
All right. No, a man took over my duty this morning, you see. And I don't know where he touched you on the screen. So
Stop now.
Right.
A man took over your duty. I'll have to talk to Mrs. Coyle about this.
Right. Right. This is not my fault if it doesn't work.
It's only 7 minutes into the programme. It's out of control already. For
Right.
God's sake. Have you no control over these people? Hello, good morning. Yes? Emma?
See? No,
Emma.
you see, it wasn't me, it was the man.
Emma, will you fix that?
No, here.
Is that a band?
There.
I thought that was some record. I think this could well be Kathleen McGarvey. Tune that banjo. You have to say gay. Her smiling.
Sure they steal your
Kathleen, thank you. Kathleen McGarvey from Ballymena, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to see you again. Nice to talk to you.
Yes, and it's nice to talk to you. And I have to tell you, you're not to be going away any more places to run marathons.
Well, I didn't really go to run the marathon. That was part of my duties. I went to run the marathon on the Sunday, and I'll talk about that later. But I was also making another little TV program. I was away in Los Angeles.
Well,
I've been living on the beach for the last week.
Do you not think there's enough people in Los Angeles without you going? We need you here.
Oh, they need one more, especially at the beach. There's too many bums on the beach. They need a man to come and sort them out and smell them. How are you anyway, Kathleen? You all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Is your health holding up?
Well, as I say, I tell everybody that the picture's gone to the dogs, but the sound's still as good as ever.
Well, your banjo seems to be functioning admirably, I have to say.
Well, I wasn't sure whether... I've lost the wee gadget that I had to hold up the phone while I played the banjo, but maybe it did come. I hope it came through all right.
It came through
I
fine.
met people in town. I went into town on Saturday, and I met these people, and I hadn't met them for a long time, and they told me that you were coming back today.
Yes, that's right.
So my dog and me have been up from the scraich of dawn, preparing for you.
Thank you very much. That's a great
morning.
compliment. Thank you very much. It's a nice compliment. Thank you.
And I'm glad you're back safe. And you're not to be going away again for so long.
What do you call your dog's name?
Tim.
Tim and Tim and Kathy McGarvey and their dog after the war. There was a song called that. Renee and Margaret. I can't remember.
Oh, now you're talking
Renee and
a lot
Georgette
about
McGreen.
rubbish.
I know I am, but I do that all the time. I'm hysterical always the first day. It takes me a day or two to come back. Well, listen, thank you very much for the nice welcome. I appreciate that very much.
That's good.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Well, do you want another song?
I certainly do. What would you like?
I shouldn't have to ask you that. You should say,
No, I should
you should say, please sing another song.
Well, please do sing another song because we do want another song. What are you going to sing for us? Hello?
Hold on a wee minute now.
Not many people have a special thing to hold up their banjo whilst they're playing it on the radio, on the phone. You see, a lot of people don't know where to get a thing like that. Have you got a thing like that? Who's
No,
that
I
there? Someone
haven't.
with you? Have you got an assistant there with you?
Listen, I had a whole lot of stuff, but I moved house 3 or 4 times, you know, and all these things are lost on the way.
Oh, I understand. Sometimes you leave your life behind you when you leave a house.
Yes, that's true.
Absolutely.
Here's one here, and this'll be over and out.
Okay.
Hold on.
That's all right. It's very hard to play the banjo into the phone.
Has Kathleen got a thing for holding the phone and
See,
holding the banjo?
I'm trying to establish that.
She couldn't be holding the banjo.
No,
Couldn't
she won't
possibly
answer me
hold.
because there's a thing. Oh, sorry.
My song for the party, and nobody asked me to sing. I was part of a gang who played and they sang, some festive enjoyment to bring. I know you might call me a show-off. I admit you're probably right, but I will remember forever the song I didn't get singing that night.
That's lovely, Kathleen. Thank you. You're a wee bit in the distance there, but we heard you okay. And look, she...
Hello?
That was great. You were a wee bit in the distance, but we heard you okay. You have to get that thing to hold up the phone now.
I have to. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do here. I need an engineer.
Now go to B&Q. Tell them you need a banjo holding phone thing for the Gerry Anderson show.
Yes, of course.
There's a banjo holding department thing. Kathleen, thank you very
well,
much.
a whole lot of people, hold on a wee minute.
Yes.
A whole lot of people, you see, had asked me why I wasn't on with you, and I said I hadn't been on for a long time, but that I was waiting for the right moment. So I hope this was the right moment, and I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you're back safe.
This has been a perfect moment. Thank you very much, Kathleen, for your
Okay.
concern. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, you too.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Isn't that a great thing? There are people sitting at home, maybe not feeling the best, maybe perhaps not too well, maybe, not just feeling the best, maybe depressed by the winter. Is that going to cheer them up? The answer is yes.
Yes. Gordon's
The answer-
on too, by the way.
Is he?
Yes.
Could you just leave me alone? I just want to talk for a while.
Well,
Hello,
let's
good
talk
morning.
to Gordon.
Gordon.
Hello, good morning, Gerry. Welcome back.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you very much indeed.
I had a wee question, maybe for Sean through you. He said yesterday that he was going to get the eyebrow done in respect to you coming back. I was just wondering, did one become two?
Have you had your eyebrow done? I haven't looked at you this morning. I don't like to look at you in the morning because it puts me off my breakfast.
Well, because you went off to have a little work done.
That's a lie. I have heard that you have said this. Why do you say things like this when I'm away? The last time I was away, you told the people I was in the hospital. Everybody was worried. They thought maybe I was ill. Now you've told the people that I'm going away to get my hair done.
Well,
You told
yes.
them that, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, it may not be entirely untrue.
Yes.
But look at me now. Have I had anything done? No.
Well, you see, it takes.
I have nothing done.
It takes it a while to sprout.
I have had nothing. What I was going to Angela. What do you call her?
Emma. Get Emma to come and
look,
have a
come
wee
in
look
here.
at you.
Come in here and feel my hair. Come
Yeah.
in, run your fingers through my hair and tell me if you feel any different. No, let me just say this to you. I was away for a couple of weeks. I was away doing a program
On what?
about cosmetic surgery and hair transplant.
There you are.
No, I was in America talking to all kinds of people, and a very interesting time it was, and I have to say it was very, very interesting. I had a great time, and it was very educational, let's say. Now, there's always the question mark.
Were you looking for free samples?
No, I was not looking for a free sample, although many were offered to me, I have to say, but I always refused them because I am working for the BBC and can accept no gift. Anyway, there is a possibility Mr. Coyle has mooted it, that maybe perhaps I may at some stage get a little something done.
Yes.
Well, you see, I can't comment upon that because I want you to say to me, do you think I'm the kind of person that would go and get something done?
Yes.
Well, you're absolutely right.
Yes.
But I cannot tell you if I'm going to do this or not. Because I'm
Right.
not sure.
I-
I'm not sure how. What do you call this man, Gordon?
Yes.
Gordon, do you think I'm a type of person who would try and augment his appearance by cosmetic means?
Live your own life, Gerry.
Exactly. It's a free world. This is my grandfather fell at Ypres so that I would have freedom of choice. Now the point is, am I the sort of now you have to ask yourself, would Frank Mitchell do it?
Yes.
Would Julian do it?
Yes. Of
Would,
course. Yes.
would
And you will
Malachy
do
Kush
it.
do it?
Yes.
Would
You're.
Michael Bradley do it?
No.
Out of the blue. Yes, he'll do it after a while. Once he gets used to it, he's going around sniffing people. Anyway, am I the type of person, do you think, that would be so insecure that they would need some augmentation? Am I the type of person that would be worried by the dimming of the light? Am I the type of person that would be worried by the passing of the years?
Who are you asking? Are you asking me
I'm
or
asking you,
Gordon?
I'm Gordon.
Ask Gordon.
And I'm asking you, am I the sort of person that would not be able to cope, would not be able to cope with the onset of, perhaps, I can't.
Baldness.
No, that's not the word I mean.
What?
A certain
I
thinning.
would reckon-
Yes.
I would reckon that if you're having to ask those questions, Gerry, they might be rhetorical.
Well, it shall remain to be seen. I will tell you when the time comes what has happened. Maybe something has happened. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe something will happen. Maybe it won't. Watch this space.
What are we announcing the Telegraph? Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you.
All the best.
Bye.
Bye.
He went away very quickly. Then,
Yes.
didn't he? Why,
Yeah.
Did I say something to offend him? Do you think?
Well,
Do you think he was suffered from the lack of attention? Do you think I wasn't?
I
listening to
think
him?
that's what it was. You're out of touch. You see, you're not used to talking to people.
I'm not. No.
No.
Listen, I have to mention, I have a lot of correspondence here. A lady called, no, I won't give any names. I'm writing to say what a brilliant show we had on Sunday night. I loved Derry Stroke London. Derry. Now, I have to say thank you to all the people who came to Derry Stroke. I'm sure you've done so already,
Yes,
but
yes.
let me do so.
Yes.
Because I wasn't here this last couple of days. Let me thank all the people who came to Derry Stroke London, Derry, to the City Hotel last Sunday night, to the wonderful concert by Charlie Lansborough. Wasn't he great?
Yeah.
And, of course, Justin Black, who was magnificent, and William Caulfield, who was just all right.
William will expect that.
He'll expect that. It was a great, great night, and people came from all over Northern Ireland. And we asked the people to come up and see our city, and a lot of them stayed over and went and walked the Peace Bridge the next day and had a great time. And I'd like to thank them all because it was for a very good cause. It was for Action Cancer. I'd just like to say what a brilliant show. We had a wonderful time. Love Derry Stoke London Derry, and it's now safe for you to go out as Molly and her 6 daughters have left the city. I was manhandled on Sunday night.
Same here.
What, you were manhandled too?
I was in the middle of them.
I thought it was only me.
Not at all.
You must manhandle everybody.
Oh, first pair of trousers that went past.
His
They were pulled
manhandle.
into the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, really, I want to say we had an amazing time and I had some good photographs to tell the tale. My mother, wee Molly, and Sean singing Sweetheart of Jesus. Fount of love and mercy today we come. Sweetheart of Jesus, font of love and mercy. You sang that?
I forgot
You have to stop
about
singing
that.
that.
I forgot.
There's Protestants there, you know. Gerry, with a rather tight grip on me. I must say, Gerry, I've been in quite a few tight grips in my day, but never one with such an expensive shirt. That shirt did not come out of Dunn's, referring to the shirt I was wearing on the night. No, I didn't get it in Dunn's. Never mind, that was some shirt. Never mind the man wearing it. Did you like my shirt?
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
really did.
I'll never be the same again. Keep up the good work and thank you. My dear old mum had a ball. Love from wee Molly and her daughters. And a young lady who won our competition. Remember, we didn't have a competition. We asked people to ring in to see if they knew anybody. Could we do them with a kind of a night out? So Liz and her daughter, let me see what's her name. Oh, what's her name? Oh, looking at
They usually put it at the end of the
I know,
letter.
but look, I can't see now. Liz Kidd, she writes me a lovely little note, and she said that she really, really enjoyed it, and that's very nice of you to take the trouble. And I'd like to thank Charlie Lansborough, and I'm going to do something now which I haven't done for a very long time. I'm going to play something by Charlie Lansborough.
Yes, that was
What a,
appropriate.
what a gentleman! What a gentleman! And you saw what he done at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Remember, you and I were
Yeah,
together at the end,
Yeah,
and a very, very emotional moment, and a man came to him.
yeah, it was a very personal moment.
A man came to him in great distress. Remember? And what was Charlie like with that man? Wasn't he just wonderful?
Yeah, he was indeed.
And we
But
was-
Charlie
I was-
himself was very emotional.
I was
Yes,
standing there
yeah.
speechless. No, seriously, I'm a very cynical person. You know that I don't. You know, I'm not a sentimental person, but you know that was what Charlie did there. Not many people could do that. But anyway, good. This is Charlie.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight, so happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it has to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Imagine me and you and me. No matter how they toss the dice, it has to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. How is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together. So happy together. So happy together. How is the weather? We're happy together. So happy together. So happy together.
That's Charlie Lansbury, of course, as the old Turtle song Happy Together from his last album, which are mainly covers, which are very good actually. It's called Love in a Song. Charlie Lansbury. Mixed reports about your tenure, I have to say, and Gerry Kelly's. Last week, Sean Coyle had a bragging contest with a man on the phone about famous people they had met. Do you recall?
He started it.
Well, I'm sorry. The man on the phone had met George Best. Coyle replied they had met George Best too,
That's
in
right.
the gents' toilet. Mm-hmm. Well, there was no need to add that. Why didn't you just say you met him?
Because he said he met him in the gents' toilet. That's where he met George Best.
And you met George Best in the gents' toilet too?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Famous names were tossed about like seagulls on a windy day. Tom Jones. I would have expected that. Sandy Shaw. Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier.
No, never mentioned Joe Frazier.
George Harrison.
No, I know he's getting mixed up with. I told
George
him.
Harrison asked you for directions.
Yes.
Joe Frazier. Did you meet
No,
Joe Frazier?
I didn't meet Joe.
Did you not meet Joe Frazier when he played a gig up here in McGilligan in County Derry?
No, I was talking about seeing a world heavyweight title fight between Cassius Clay, as he was then, and Henry Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. So that was the boxing. That was the boxing story.
Sandy Shaw.
Never mentioned her.
Wee Willie Harris.
Never mentioned him.
Russ Abbott.
No.
One of the Crankies.
No. Well, you're making these up.
I'm not making them up. Two of the Searchers.
No.
Hugo Duncan. You met him.
Yeah. I never mentioned it, but
Well, Coyle won a long... Apparently you won with a long story about buying loads of drink for Lonnie Donegan and two female friends.
yeah.
And you said, it wasn't my money. I worked in the club. I just signed a chit.
That's correct. Absolutely.
Listen, I'm going to play some mashups today.
No.
Pardon?
No. No, people have been free of mashups for the past 2 weeks. People don't like the mashups. They've been complaining bitterly about mashups.
But they're in the public interest.
People don't like them.
The listeners
Some people like them. The vast majority of people don't like them. And Emma and I have decided no more mashups.
That's all the more reason to play them.
in
The
your
listeners,
absence.
the listeners are too complacent. They need to hear the songs that they love mangled. It keeps them alert. Try this for size. This is... What's this? Hold on a second.
Do you mind if we leave the room?
No, just play it. I don't know. Why don't you be more open about these things?
Because people complain to us.
Do they?
Yes.
But I never listen to people complaining. Why
Because
do
you don't hear them, because we take all the complaints on board ourselves.
And what do they
pass them
say?
on.
What do they say about
They
me?
just don't like them.
They don't like them?
No. And they can't see why you insist on playing them every day.
Sure, everybody likes.
You see, they won't even play for you. That's how bad they are. You see?
Everybody likes the Jackson 5. Made a right mess of that.
Didn't you?
Load up all guns, bring friends, fun to lose, to pretend she's overboard, self-assured. No, dirty I'm worse than what I do best to forgive my fingers. A little through, 'cause I've been always will till the makes me smile. I found it hard, it's hard to find. Well, whatever, never mind.
Smells like Robin, Rockin' Robin. That's, of course, who is it? Jackson 5, Kurt Cobain, no relation to the ex-Lord Mayor of Belfast, of course, Nirvana. It's available in all your, whatever it is.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
It's 11 o'clock at the news desk. I'm David Maxwell. A pay rise for the Chief Executive of Northern Ireland Water has been described as exorbitant. Trevor Hazlitt is to receive an increase of £20,000, but the money will only be paid if the company performs satisfactorily over the winter period. Joe Byrne is an SDLP Assembly member on the Public Accounts Committee.
I would want to know, what has the Board of NIW or the Minister determined in relation to performance criteria? There's great concern that NIW has to deliver a quality service, an efficient service. I want to know what benchmarking has been done in relation to determining the salary. These are the open questions that the public are asking.
A man's been stabbed in the chest in East Belfast. It happened at a house in Edith Street last night. Two men armed with knives entered the house around 10:30. The 40-year-old victim was taken to hospital. His injuries aren't thought to be life-threatening. Two men aged 23 and 58 have been arrested in connection with the incident. Some of Northern Ireland's largest retailers are at Stormont, giving their views on plans to impose a rates levy on them. The retailers, including Tesco's, Sainsbury's and Asda, say the rates levy could cost each of them hundreds of thousands of pounds a year. Giving evidence to the Finance Committee, Jane Beavis of the Retail Consortium said it was a tax on jobs and the modern-day equivalent of bleeding the patient to restore his health. Northern Ireland still has the lowest earnings for full-time workers in any UK region, but according to the Office of National Statistics, private sector wages have increased by more than the rest of the UK in the last financial year. The average weekly pay packet has gone up to £360 a week, but even with the increase, it's still less than the £403 a week UK average. Now the sport with Grant Cameron.
Renault say that Robert Kubica will miss the start of Formula One's 2012 season. The Polish driver is struggling to recover from serious injuries sustained in a rally crash in February. Former Ireland rugby coach Eddie O'Sullivan is interested in the vacant England post following Martin Johnson's departure. Northern Ireland have dropped 5 places to 89th in the latest FIFA World Rankings. The Republic's playoff success against Estonia lifts them 4 places to 21st. Manchester City need to win their final Champions League group match at home to Bayern Munich and hope Villarreal beat Napoli if they're to progress to the knockout stages. Manchester United require a point at Basel to go through.
And with the weather forecast, here's Cecilia Daly.
Largely cloudy and mild today, with rain in the west gradually edging towards Belfast and the southeast by early afternoon. The southwesterly wind will be strong and gusty for a while before easing later, and parts of the west and north should dry up briefly this afternoon too. Top temperature 12 Celsius. Rain will become widespread again this evening and continue until well into the night.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
In Castlewellan, the A50 Ban Road remains closed for resurfacing. That's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays until the 2nd of December. In Omagh, the A5 Kerr Road at Garvaki will have traffic lights in place for the next few weeks, so expect delays for up to 15 minutes there. Fog across London is causing delays to some flights. At George Best Belfast City Airport, the 10:15 flight from Gatwick has been delayed until 12 o'clock, and at Belfast International Airport, the 5 to 11 Heathrow arrival is now expected at 12:30. Michael Bedwell reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster.
On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, so badly treated their human rights are being violated. That's what AGNI says is sometimes the case for elderly people here. Are they right? What do you think of the services on offer for older people? We want your calls on that on 08459 555 678. Also today, safe as houses. I don't think so. Is there any point in buying a house these days? Is there any end in sight to the property slump? The myth that a shower always uses much less water than a bath. Today, on Talkback, the great bath versus shower debate. And who ate the pizzas? How Pudsy's Pizzas popped up with the wrong phone people. Enough peas. In Derry, hey? On Friday night. That's and more on Talkback at 12. Join us then.
Welcome back. Every once in a while, a record comes along that's so odd and strange that I have no option than to play it to you. This is it.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes. Look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Any way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away. Mama, didn't mean to make you cry. If I'm not back again this time tomorrow, carry on, as if nothing really matters. Too late. My time has come. Sends shivers down my spine. Body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. Mama, oh. I don't want to die. I sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Galileo, Galileo Figaro. I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family, sparing his life from his monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. Let me go. Bismillah. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters. Nothing really matters to me. Anyway, the wind blows.
How weird is that? William Shatner.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Taxi for Shatner.
What your friends tell me is true. You already know I fancy you. And if what your friends tell me is true, I don't have a chance with you. And yeah, whatever. I know you could do so much better than me. And you're a girl and I'll never get you, 'cause basically you're just too fit for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. It's a little bit funny. You're always in my mind, in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the one I think of, the girl that makes me smile. And then the day goes on and you come my way. I get so scared and I don't know what to say. If what my heart tells me is true, basically you're beautiful. Please leave your message after the tone. And if what my heart tells me is true, basically you're wonderful. And yeah, whatever. I know you could do so much better than me. And I'm a boy you'd never have, 'cause basically you're far too good for me. And when the sun comes up to start my day, I get so scared and I don't know what to say. I'm listening to Elton John. You're always on my mind in your song. And when the sun comes up and I open my eyes, you're the girl I think of, the one that makes me smile, yeah. And then the day goes on and you come my way. I get so scared and I don't know what to say. If what my heart tells me is true, basically you're beautiful.
That's a band called No Picture Policy. That's a song called Bubbles. Before that was a song, if I may call it that, called Bohemian Rhapsody from William Shatner. His new album is jaw-droppingly bad. It's called Seeking Major Tom. A gentleman writes to me and he said, that was so amazingly bad that it was almost good. I think so too. This is a double album, you know. It's just out. I just happened to get it the other day. I picked it up in America, actually. It's amazing. You want to see some of the other... I'll play you some of the other tracks. I'll tell you no more about it. I'll spring one on you every now and again. What did you think of that?
There's a call. I thought it started off grand and I thought it was funny. And
You were done too long.
The fact it was too long.
Too
Yeah,
long,
I
yeah.
get fed up then. Emma and I started to knit.
did you?
It's got that stage, you know.
Yeah, him knitting a little hat.
There's a wee call for you.
My name is Anne Conlon from Belfast. I just want to thank you very much for the 2 tickets and hotel stay in the City Hotel in Derry, Stoke Londonderry for the Charlie Lansborough concert on Sunday night. We had a brilliant time. I went with my 2 sisters. I did speak to you, but I wanted to put it in writing. The whole concert was great. The hotel was lovely. The staff were very friendly. You and Sean were a great crack.
Ah.
How often do you hear that?
Not often.
Tell Sean we were the girls who sang Honky Tonk Angels with him.
Oh, I remember that too. It's all coming back to me now. That's right.
Had you drink taken?
I had a few, yes.
Honky Tonk, I had to leave early.
How can you not at a Charlie Lansborough concert?
Indeed,
You know,
Charlie hates drinking. You sang Honky Tonk Angels and you also sang, what do you sing, Sweetheart of Jesus? What a fine selection of songs. Yeah. Charlie Lansborough was really great, and we got some photos taken. Charlie's full of crack, isn't he? Yeah. He is full of
Apparently
crack.
we missed a great session afterwards down in the in the bar area.
Yes, I imagine it would have been
apparently
there.
I hear up to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Charlie doesn't get as much sleep as he should. But that was the last night of his tour.
That was it.
I saw him the next day and he looked fairly wrecked. But he was just celebrating his last night of his tour. They'd been on the road for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
Gerry, we had a really great time. Keep up the good work. That's Anne Collins. She sends me a little cheque for Action Cancer. Thank you very much indeed.
A man was seeking you out on Sunday night. He had a cheque for you too. As well.
Indeed, a man. I can't
Did the man
remember his
get
name
you?
now.
Nigel.
He gave me a cheque for £75.
75 quid, Nigel.
Yes.
Yes. He wanted to give it to me, but I says no. Give it to the runner. Give it to the athlete himself.
No need to be sarcastic. No need for that. Hello, welcome back. Could you please play something by Donna Taggart, who got married last week? What an absolutely stunning bride she was. Well, she was in here one day and she is very attractive. I'm going to play a song.
What Donna Taggart's that?
Donna Taggart, a young girl from Oma. I don't know if you met her.
Who
or
am I
not.
thinking
She
of?
wasn't
Donna.
in here.
Donna.
I don't know.
There's a Donna.
Donna
Trainer. Donna Trainer.
Oh, yes, that's a different Donna.
Donna
she
Trainer.
doesn't sing and
Thank
she
you,
is
Emma.
married already.
That's who I was thinking.
She's
of.
on the news.
Yes.
Did you see Noel Thompson on that programme, Those Are the Days, the other night?
And the jacuzzi.
So good looking.
Where
Do you
did it
think
all
he's
go
very handsome?
wrong?
What happened to him?
I'm waiting for that.
Back to proper. But you could say that about us. But you were never good looking. You get
No.
better looking as you got older. You were
No.
really ugly.
Yeah.
Back to proper music, thank God, said Robin. You see?
I enjoyed that program, by the way. I was talking to William Crawley about that yesterday morning.
No, I didn't enjoy it.
Why not?
It's too wholesome.
I mean, it's too wholesome.
Everybody's saying nice things, and it's all too.
No, they're not. The pictures tell the story.
I know, but they should. Why have they got people on saying things that they don't mean? They've all these people on talking about things that they don't mean.
But maybe they're wrong.
Ralph and everybody.
Big Ralph.
There's no need for that.
They never talk to us about hard times.
No, because they know what we'll say.
We'd tell the
no,
truth,
but
wouldn't we?
they want people to feel good, so they get people on to say feel good things. They know if they have
But
us
Big
on.
Ralph wouldn't know about a toilet out the back.
No, sure, they
Is
show
it
it to
wrong?
him. No, what they do is they show it to him first, and then they ask him to
And
say
then-
things.
no, it's no
Yeah,
good.
I know. Is that 6 Mile, Gerry? But listen, I want to talk to you about this. You started this in
There's
New
a
York.
call waiting for you, by the way.
I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about your attitude, right?
Right.
I am perplexed and indeed disappointed, but not surprised, that you have been doing me down during the past week or so about my achievements at the New York Marathon.
I put you on a pedestal.
What?
I've raised you up.
Well, I hate to see what you do, like what you do when you slide.
No,
me.
I've raised you up. I
Well, what's this? Where did you get to 6 miles?
Because I took everything into account.
Where did you get to 6 miles?
Right, let me explain.
Why? I often have I told you it was 8 miles. Why do you not believe me?
Because
Well,
I saw
that's
the
an-
I saw the
No, you
printout.
didn't.
I did.
You're a liar. You saw me a piece of paper which you copied out yourself.
I didn't.
Yes, I tore it up.
You can get it on the US on the New York Marathon runners and times.
You're a liar. Because I did 8 miles. Are they going to lie? Are they going
Well,
to say
so
6?
if anyone logs on to that now, Google New York Marathon.
Go on,
runners
Google
and
it. Go on,
times.
Google it and print it out.
There's about half a dozen Andersons and your times there, and you can print out your time. They give you. It took you 40 minutes, I think, running the first mile, which is quite long.
Oh, don't be stupid.
I
The
did.
first mile was across the bridge. I was across the bridge in 10 minutes.
I'll get Emma to log on.
I ran the first 2 miles.
Or
In
Janet's
I ran the
listening.
first 2
Maybe
miles in
she'll do it.
14 minutes.
What?
14 minutes, the first 2 miles. 14
do
minutes. I did. You cross the bridge, you can't stop because there are 20,000 people running behind you. If you stop, you're trampled like buffalo. Hi, turtleneck.
40 minutes it took you to run the.
No, you're a liar. Stop doing this. You're doing this. People believe you because they think you tell the truth. They don't realize what a liar you are. I did 8 miles, right? I did 8 miles, right?
People who work for the BBC in New York Googled that and brought it into us. During
You're a liar.
I'm not. That
There was
kind.
nobody there that time. Who's going to Google that at 5:30
There
in the
was the
morning?
wee girl.
What wee girl? There was no wee girl.
The wee girl with the nice accent.
I never saw her.
And then there was the man. What do you call the man?
The man, yeah, I saw the man, but he was tired.
The New York Ken.
He couldn't see anything in front of him. So he was tired. It was 5:30 in the morning, so we could hardly walk. Never mind that. Did you not see I could hardly get out of bed that morning? I was so exhausted. And you were standing with your coat on, your hands in your pockets. For God's sake, complaining about the food. You have a nerve. If the people only knew what you were like. Hi, Turtleneck. Can you please play Welded by the fabulous John Edgar Vogt? Yes. Gerry Rooster here. I'd like to thank you for signing our Cool Stock posters on Sunday night. I hope wee Molly and her 6 daughters didn't torture you too much, as one of them is my mum and Molly is my granny. No, they didn't torture me at all. I think they manhandled Mr. Coyle, of course. What colour is the wind, Gerry? Your sidekick Alan Hansen is very quiet. Give us a blast. What?
Alan Hansen.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you ask me, I tell you what, it's absolutely ridiculous. Your timing for the New York Marathon.
8 miles it was.
You had no passion, you had no commitment, you had no determination, man. You didn't play for the jersey.
I had heart. My heart was pumping at the end of it. I gave it my all. I gave it every shred of my being.
When I was playing, when you were playing, when we were playing, if you ask me, it's an absolute disgrace. The whole thing's a disgrace.
Welcome back, Mr. Anderson. In your absence, I requested that Mr. Coyle play something from Dancing Shoes, the George Best musical. In particular, We Had a Ball. However, he regretted to inform me that you had possession of the CD and kept it from him under lock and key, and that on your return he would inform and request you to play it when he unlocked his chest. I wonder if either of these things occurred, if there's any truth in the lock and key statement. Do you want me to tell the truth about that?
Yes.
Okay, here's the truth.
Yes.
I don't lock anything away. Everything that I have is open to everyone. Mr. Coyle has a big cabinet that he got under false pretenses, and everything he has is locked in there, and it's locked 25 hours a day. And he has one key which he keeps nailed to his chest. Nobody can get at anything belonging to him. Everything that I have is open to the public. Do you deny this?
Right. I'll ask you.
Do you deny this?
I'll ask you one question. Where's
Yes.
your diary?
I don't know. I lost it.
You see, you've locked it away somewhere, and you've lost.
I haven't locked it away. Somebody
Yes.
lifted it because everything's free. Get the mashups on, boy.
What
There
about
we are.
Robert?
What about Robert?
He's waiting to ask you a question.
Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Cowboy Legs Anderson. How did you do well in the marathon?
I did very well. I'm talking to the people about that at the moment, but I'm experiencing a little flack from the people who helped me.
Well, Gerry, I'm thinking of taking up the Belfast Marathon here next year, and a man like you's been over the course. I would like some tips. What way would I start off?
Well, I only ran one leg of it, the Belfast Marathon. I think it was on the 1st of May. I ran the second last leg. The fat boy pretended to run the last one, but did not do it. He went into a sweet shop. Anyway, it's the second, just do one leg at the start. You can use your 2 legs when you're running, but just do one leg. I suggest you do the second last leg, which is from, what do you call that place? There's a park down there beside the water, and it goes along the motorway, and it ends up somewhere beside McHugh's Bar or something like that. That's the best part, because there's nobody looking at you. It's a lovely wee thing along the water. It's really nice. And there's a wee path runs parallel to the M2, is it? Yeah, do that. Do the second. Start yourself off with the second last leg and the Belfast Marathon.
Tell me this, Gerry. I heard Sean saying you went out there and you got a hairdo done.
No, I went out there to do a documentary about cosmetic surgery and hair transplantation because the science has made great leaps in the United States of America, and we went to Santa Monica where all those strange people are. And I investigated the situation. Now, there has never been any talk that I would have anything done while I was out there, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
Well, Gerry, I would like to know, it was when you've done a bit of investigation into that, as you know, I'm bald myself. Now,
I didn't know that.
But I'm the guy that wears a blonde wig. Do you remember I was on talking to you before? But
yes, but I somehow doubt that. But go ahead.
What I'm very interested in, Gerry, did you make investigations in how much this would be for the hair transplant?
Oh, it's a very, very expensive thing. It's not a thing to be gone into lightly. A man who's getting a good transplant, like a Jimmy Nesbitt head, it'll cost him somewhere in the region of £25,000.
So I may get a lot of lottery tickets done to see if I can get it up, Gerry.
I suggest you buy at least 5 a week and double your chances, maybe, of earning that amount. You're talking about at least well into 5 figures to get a head of hair at all. But of course, I, being a kind of a mean person, may not go that far.
Right.
See, I haven't made up my mind. I have no. You see, no, I'm just investigating this. I'm just gathering the information. See,
Okay,
I haven't,
you know
Mr.
what?
Cole. You don't even know, do you?
No.
You don't
No,
know.
Gerry, the last time I seen you walking down Royal Avenue, you had a queer mop of hair on. Like, I
have
didn't
a
think you.
Well, as a man said to me, actually, I talked to a man, a hair transplant surgeon. He said to me, it's all relative. He said, if I was to do something with you, you would look much better. But he said, if a bald man came in to me and said, what can you do for me? And I showed him a photograph of you the way you are now, he would pay me a fortune for it. In other words, if a bald man walks in and could guarantee to walk out looking like me, he would be delighted. But if
I would love to
I'm
have
not
a mop
happy.
of hair like you, Jerry, to be honest with you, because when I seen you walking down Royal Avenue, you had a queer mop of hair on you. Like, I don't know why you need a hair transplant done.
I don't need it. I was just investigating the possibilities of what. It was Jimmy Nesbitt started me.
I
When
don't think
looked at-
mop's the right word.
Mop is not the word. No.
No.
No, when I seen what Kilty did and what Nesbitt did, I was investigated. I said to myself that the age of transplant is here. There was a time, Elton John, all the money he had in the whole world. Remember all those years? And he could never get any hair, but now boys are getting hair all over the place. So I said to myself, how does this work? So I went to find out how it worked and about cosmetic surgery as well. I might get a little rhinoplasty. I'm not quite sure. I might get a little,
What?
snip.
Jerry,
Not
some
my
people
eyebrows. I make a little eyebrow reduction. But you should get your eyebrows separated, Sean. There's no pain. No, go under the knife. You too can have two eyebrows like a normal person instead of one big long thing like a caterpillar crawling across your forehead. I could nearly do that for you myself. I'll charge you a tenner to separate your eyebrows. So you could Siamese eyebrows.
Here, a man texts us in.
Yes.
And he says, I followed Gerry's progress on the official website.
Yes.
His trail went cold between 6 and 7 miles. The website also provided other information such as the participants' age, etc., etc., etc. So your trail does go cold after 6 miles.
And it doesn't go away.
It goes cold.
It doesn't go cold. It's just that he
That's
doesn't
what
have
the
the
man said.
He doesn't have the expertise to find me.
No.
I was way down in the field there. I went in on the 8-mile mark. Every mile mark, there's a wee tent full of officials and all kinds of people. Every mile. You don't know that because you weren't even on the course. And what happens?
We couldn't get on the course because of security.
I know.
I mean, what are we going to do to you?
I know, but that's what I'm saying to you. You know nothing about it. You know nothing about it because they wouldn't let you in. At every mile, you go into a little tent, and if you've any troubles at all, you go in and tell them. And if you're giving up, you tell them, and then they wipe your name off. Because do you know what I could have done when I finished the 8 miles? I couldn't go any further. I went in the subway at Union Street, and then I got the subway to Central Park, right? And when I got out of the subway, all the marathon runners were running past, the ones who were, had the real runners at the beginning. Now, I still had my thing on.
No, but you see, each mile marker registers.
They don't.
Yes, it does.
No, but here's the point. I still had my thing on. I could have vaulted over the thing and joined in. And it would have been a long time before they figured it out. So they don't want that kind of confusion. So what they do is, whenever you decide to drop out, you have to tell them. If you don't tell them, you're actually breaking the rules. You see?
So all you had to do was to take your bib off and give it to some burly-looking man
That's
who
what I
was
did.
going to finish. Say, take care of that with you.
That's all right. No, you can't do that. You go into the tent and you say, listen, I'm so-and-so number, as you can tell. I said, I'm stopping now. And they said, okay, sir. And they take your bib off you. And then they ring in and they score your name off the list and they make a note of where you come in. And that's why you're lying. Because
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
No.
You're lying. You
Emma's
always lie.
going to Google in a minute.
I don't believe Emma. You pay her to tell
Morning,
lies.
Gerry.
Sorry. Yes, what were we talking about?
Well, Gerry, what I would like to know is Sean Coyle, when they be to watch you doing the marathon, I have to give you, you really done well to make an effort.
That's
Why
all I
did
want.
Sean Coyle not make? Why did he not?
No, but you see, there are those who try and there are those who stand on the sidelines and bicker.
I said that. That's what I told you. I had you on a pedestal all week because I took everything into account. Your physical condition, your age. I'm not being funny, and you didn't train.
And why do you lie about the details?
Because it's in black and white.
That's not in black and white. I'm going to stop talking about this because the people are getting bored. Let me just say that I tried my best.
Yes, you tried, and we applaud
And you did
you.
nothing.
We applaud
You just all you did was drink and eat.
Hail, Gerry, hail, Gerry.
Anyway, this man has no hair. What do you want?
Gerry, as they say in this part of the world, you're a proud Irish Ulster man. Went out and done the marathon.
I done my country proud.
You're a proud Irish Ulster man. You've done as well.
And I'm a proud Irish
proud
Ulster
to
man.
know you and proud to listen to you.
I can hold my head up high without fear of brickbats from anyone except the staff.
Not like your man Coyle when he was out, he was knocking pants down his honey goat.
Spend BBC money. I, of course, didn't spend a
He
penny.
jumped on the bandwagon. He wasn't around the course. At least you had a try at it.
And another thing. Here's something I want
Right.
made clear.
Certainly.
I never spent a penny of BBC money. You can vouch for that?
Absolutely.
Not a penny. People are writing about me in the paper saying I'm wasting money.
Yes, that's right.
Not a single penny.
No.
And what we did was we raised £90,000 for charity.
Yes.
You see, people don't know this. Not a single penny of BBC money. You spent plenty of it, but I didn't spend it. Not a single penny of BBC money was spent on me in that whole trip.
No, neither flight, air, hotels, or expenses.
Or
That's
drink, or even not even drink.
No, that's true.
Do you know what happened? See, the night before the marathon, I was out with a couple of people whom I know, right? Nothing to do with the marathon. But they were to do with the BBC, but they were nothing to do with that. They weren't you because I don't like going out with you because you eat too much.
Right.
Anyway, and there were other people from our party who were in the same restaurant, and they were drinking water and pasta, right?
Yes.
And they went home at 8 o'clock,
Right.
right, and went to bed. I was still there at 11, and I had a steak and a bottle of wine.
I don't believe you. You were up to 11 o'clock the night before the marathon.
And I had a steak.
And I was in my bed at 7 o'clock because I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And I still did 8 miles, and I had to get up at 3 o'clock. I only had 4 hours sleep. And also the next day, I was the only person without water. Everybody had a big bottle of water, and they had things in their chest, you know, like siphons coming out of them. I was the only person that had no water. And they said, "Why have you no water?" I said, "I don't like it."
I'll not be running far.
That's probably why you never completed the marathon, Gerry, because you hadn't enough water in you.
And your heart is a boat, and just like a water baby, born to float.
This is Donna Taggart. Congratulations on her marriage.
And if life is a wild wind that blows way on high, and your heart is a million dying to fly, heaven knows no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes. And if life is a barroom in which we must wait, round the man with his fingers on the ivory gates, where we sing until dawn of our fears and our fates, and we stack all the dead men in self-addressed crates. In your eyes faint as the singing of a love that somehow this black night feels warmer for the spark, warmer for the spark, to hold us to the day when fear will lose its grip and heaven has its way. Heaven knows no frontiers, and I've seen heaven in your eyes. If life is a rough bed of brambles and nails, and your spirit's a slave to man's whips and man's jails, where you thirst and you hunger for justice and right, and your heart is a pure flame of man's constant night. In your eyes faint as the singing of a lark, that somehow this black night feels warmer for the spark, warmer for the spark, to hold us to dream will realize. Heaven knows, no frontiers. And I've seen heaven in your eyes. Heaven knows, no frontiers. And I've seen heaven in your eyes.
That's a Francis Black song sung by Donna Taggart from a new album which is called Celtic Lady. Or is it Celtic? Oh, it's Celtic, of course it is. And that's a song called No Frontiers. Gentleman writes to me and he said, good to have you back. I've been away for 3 weeks too, but you didn't miss me, probably. No, I didn't. Why did you subject us to William Shatner having a mental breakdown on the radio? That's because I thought it was important. Also, to start, did you realise it's the opening of the Foyle Film Festival today?
So, are you nearly there?
Hello?
No. Hello?
Did you realise it was the opening of the Foyle Film Festival today? The 24th Foyle Film Festival?
Are you getting it? Are you getting? We're trying to Google you. I'm sorry. No, yes, I'm aware of the Foyle Film Festival. Yes, I am indeed.
It's a very, very good film festival.
It's excellent. Excellent.
The only thing is they're going to show The Guard by Brendan Gleeson's Brendan Gleeson's a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen The Guard?
No.
It's awful.
Is it?
It is the worst film. I walked out of it. I couldn't bear it.
Well, you can't say it in your opinion. You know what?
It was one of the worst films I've ever seen because it was just.
What?
You could see everything coming. It was like the Hole in the Wall gang. You know, every joke you could see it coming.
What's it about?
Oh, Irish guard, and he's drinking pints. You don't talk like that.
Oh.
And he meets a black guy. Hi there, from America. You know the story, don't you? Black guy from America and a guard don't understand each other.
Right.
It's just the one joke. I just didn't like it at all.
All right. Then.
Anyway, Barry Fleming was at the concert on Sunday night. Barry Fleming.
Yes.
And he's got a new CD. Is it a CD or was it?
CD, new song.
It's a new CD. It's called Faith in Me. We'll play it later on during the course of the programme. And it's available on iTunes and Amazon, but I'll tell you about that when the time comes. Did you see there's somebody in the line here?
No, we're closing in on you.
Welcome back, kid. Kelly and Coyle, the Birkin hair of the airways, did good. Both men played to their strengths. Kelly played interesting music and conducted probing interviews with people I had never heard of before. Coyle just copied Hugo. Let me bring you up to speed with what happened in Northern Ireland whilst you're away. There's a new thrusting, swashbuckling captain aboard the SDLP, Alistair MacDonald. There are SDLP voters out there, yelled Big Al. My job is to beat them out of the heather and bracken and back into the voting booths. What about women? Shrieked former leader Margaret Ritchie. There will always be room in the SDLP for women. The reality is, somebody has to make the tea. Resign! Resign! Yelled Alex Atwood. Every time I turn on the radio, Alex Atwood is on.
What's 10K?
What is going?
It's about 8 miles.
Eh?
About 8 miles.
Excuse me, did I hear 8 miles there?
Did he? Oh, your ears have pricked up, haven't they?
Yes, I
haven't
heard.
they?
I heard.
So
Emma, did you say
we're-
8
we're-
miles?
We're logging on here.
What?
Yes.
Emma said something. Emma, what was that you just said?
8 miles.
What's 10K?
8 miles.
1 hour 50.
1 hour 50 and 23 seconds.
That's it.
It took you.
And how many miles again? Emma?
10K.
How many miles again?
8 miles.
Thank you for that.
No, it's not. It's not, because there's no record of you in the 7 mile. Look, you see, it's wrong. That's wrong. It's wrong. It is wrong. What's the time for 7 miles, Janet? Emma?
Nothing.
Well, how come I turn up on the 8 mile?
No,
mark?
it's a mistake.
They missed me in the 7 miles.
It's a mistake.
It's a mistake.
Yes.
It's not a mistake.
It's
Okay.
a mistake.
Maybe I missed the 7
Why
mile.
are they putting in 10K? Why are they putting in 6 mile? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's 100% wrong, and we're right. You ran 6 mile.
No.
It is.
Why do you say this?
Because it's here. What?
No,
Emma?
but Emma.
145 at 6 miles and then 150 at 10k. You couldn't have run 2 miles in 5 minutes.
No, it's 2 miles. Exactly. You ran 2 miles in 5 minutes.
Yes, that's what's called a spurt.
Like spurt.
There will always be room in the SDLP for women. Resign, reality. Have you noticed every time you turn on the radio, Alex Atwood is on?
Alex Atman?
Atwood. every time he'd turn on the radio, he's talking and saying, in my opinion, I am getting fed up with him. Tommy, my cat, passed the cycling proficiency test last week. The instructor said Tommy negotiated the intricate maze of red cones like Stephen Nolan on the scent of a fish supper, unerring accuracy. As Tommy was cycling furiously home to tell me the good news, he was overcome with feline exhilaration bordering on hysteria. Forgetting everything he had learnt, Tommy raised both hands in the air and yelled, "Top of the world, ma!" Those who saw the accident say he tumbled over the handlebars and cut the face of himself on the unforgiving asphalt, or indeed the road as we call it here. At first I was furious, but it's hard to stay angry with a cat who is sitting glumly in the corner with 2 black eyes, missing a front tooth. To say Tommy looks like a cross between Dusty Springfield and Terry Thomas, that's 2 names from the past, would be putting it mildly. Around Tommy's neck hangs a bib stating "nil by mouth." Oh, the fun Tommy and I have with the tuna suppositories 4 times a day. You should segue now into stick your job where the sun don't shine. No, we don't do that in this programme. This is a healthy programme, full of goodness and, well.
You came, you saw, we met. That much I won't forget. You smiled, you stayed for a while. The words we chose to say were never to convey the truth of what we would do. You laughed at the right time, at the punchline. I thought that at this time there was still time, and I was getting the message. We met, we saw, we came, and nothing was the same. It kind of put me out of my mind. And so I liked this game and loved what it became. This sort of love you wrote in your blindness was a kindness I read, and where else would I find this? And I was reading the messages. 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 You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone that you don't love. I woke today to find that you had changed your mind. You kind of put me out of your mind. The joy, the charm, the you that I'd gotten used to were simply gone. No time is a good time to call time. Sometimes you can do time in time. No more messages. No more messages. Then I was hearing the messages.
You don't worry about tomorrow, but tomorrow will worry about itself.
Messages.
Which of you by being worried?
Then I was hearing the messages.
Can add a single hour to his life.
You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone that you don't love. You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone. You've got to find someone that you don't love.
It's not a nice song. That's called Messages. That's written just by Brian McAteer. The singer is Ryan Kelly. I think, is Ryan Kelly not one of the fellows who went with Phil Coulter on his American Celtic thing all over the place? Was he not?
I really don't know.
Ryan Kelly. That's called Five Leaves. No, what is it called? It's called, what does it say in front of it? 5 Leaves Left. Maybe that's an album called 5 Leaves Left. Anyway, that track is called Messages. Very, very good. I have to come clean here. And I, of course, you should have figured it out yourself.
Yes, we have it. We have it all in front of us now.
10K.
Yeah.
It's only 6 miles.
Yeah, 6.2 miles.
But what happened is, a man has sent me the official printout from the New York Marathon official. What happened is there's been an administrative error.
Of course.
They've lost track of me after 10K.
Yeah.
Because I was going so fast.
Yeah.
Well, there's
so
been...
there you are.
No, it's I have to say, it's there in black and white, but you have to take my word for it. That I surrendered in the 8 mile tent.
Yeah, of course.
And it's the efficiency or the inefficiency of the people there. They decided not to bother registering me. So all I can say is that I did my best. Anyway, let's forget about that.
Davey in Portadown said he asked me to play a song last week and I didn't play it. It was Norman Wisdom, Don't Laugh at Me. Would you please play it?
I don't think so.
And the boy from Hoop Hall Nurseries in Warringstown rings, asks you to play the Galway girl. Would you do that, would you?
No.
You wouldn't do that either.
I agree.
Would you say a happy birthday and to Gerty O'Doherty in Derry? It's her birthday this coming Sunday, and this is from her... Oh, it was her birthday last Sunday, and this is from her younger brother, Leonard.
I think I know Gerty.
Gerty, well, will you wish Gerty a happy birthday?
I will wish Gerty happy birthday. I think I know Gerty. Happy birthday, Gerty.
Yeah.
A gentleman writes to me and he said, I agree with you about the guard, Gerry. I walked out of it too. It was awful. It was meant to be cliche-ridden, though. Apparently that was the joke. Well, if that was the joke, I missed. In other words, they made a movie that was deliberately full of cliches so that people who are ironic would laugh at it. No, I think it's too clever. No, I think it was just deliberately full of cliches. Cliches about black people, cliches about guards. And no, I don't. No, apparently that was the joke. Could somebody tell me, was that deliberately bad? Did they make the movie deliberately bad? If that was the case, I was fooled completely because I walked out. Right.
There's a wee call.
News for the people. What?
There's a wee call.
Is there? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you? Oh, Pat, is it?
It is.
Pat, good morning.
Good morning to you and welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back, actually. I never said this before, but I am. It's good to be
you're
back.
glad to be back then as well.
I am glad to be back, yes.
Jerry, when you were away, there's a whole lot of things happened, but the one thing I just want to have a word with you before the next crisis comes up.
Uh-huh.
There's a program run on the television called X Factor.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a girl on it from Gorchin,
yeah.
a girl called Janet Devlin.
Oh, I know about that, yeah.
Right. Now, Janet's been, she's been surveilling, mainly because she's been getting plenty of votes from the north here.
Yeah.
But I don't watch it. I didn't see the performance. But apparently, her performance on Saturday night has come under severe criticism.
Really?
And the cause for it is now apparently she's committed a major crime in lots of people's eyes.
What's that?
She's starting to yodel.
Oh dear.
Now, is that you going, oh dear? Is that a bad thing?
The last refuge of the scoundrel. Indeed,
God,
I have to
I
say.
was hoping that you might
Well, she's going to win, because about 3 or 4 weeks ago, when one of the times she was on first, she sang and she completely lost it in the middle,
right?
And none of the judges seemed to notice. So that's when I realised that she was going to win, because they didn't care what she sang. She was picked. She's going to win, yeah. But fair play to her.
Oh, fair play to her.
I mean, if you make a hash,
I want just homing in this yodeling thing. I thought you supported yodeling as an art form.
Well, I've always been terribly impressed by Kenny Archer, who is our
I
resident yodeler. But anyone else, see, the only way to yodel is when you really, really can. I mean, can she really yodel?
I don't know. I didn't hear it now. I just heard the comment, and the comment was, "Oh my God, sort of the ultimate crime. She's starting to yodel."
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, she is from Oma. You have to bear that into consideration. Anyway, thanks for drawing my attention to that. I shall get on iPlayer right away.
Maybe what do you call maybe in defence of yodeling, sort of you might. Would you ever consider playing, sort of a yodeling record for your public?
Well, I played many's record by Kenny Archer, a
well,
particular
certainly,
yodeling
but
Christmas.
Kenny, I think if you talk to Kenny would be telling you that, sort of, that the man that he looks up to is Jimmy Rogers.
Jimmy Rogers, yes.
Who had the thing going that good that he was able then at the stage when it was going right. He didn't even put names on his songs. He just called them Blue Yodel number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Well, thank you, Pat, for that information.
So would you mind playing Blue Yodel, any of those numbers, but definitely
stop
number 4?
Putting me in a corner like that. All right, I'll do what I can. Okay.
And before you go,
yes,
as we say in Northern Ireland,
keep her lit until we get out.
No.
What?
Not officially. On the MTV thing, the young woman that was appointed for to represent Northern Ireland and bring it into the into the MTV world announced it. As we say in Northern Ireland, keep it lit.
Oh, got it wrong.
Oh, I think I think she thought she was getting it right, but cheerio.
I believe all the stars buggered off to Dublin after. That's a great advertisement. Thank you very much indeed.
Cheerio.
Thank you, Pat. What's that? Did you know that they all buggered off to party in Dublin?
Why did you say, after all, she is from Oma when you're talking about yodeling? In reference to Brian Call.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. He was the king of yodeling,
the arch yodeler
of one time, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. And indeed, there's a tradition of yodeling in Oma.
Is there? That's what I wanted to know. Is there?
No, I just made that up.
Is Brian Call the only yodeler from Oma?
I can't say with any degree of certainty, but I'd say possibly this could be true. But there may be another one. Wherever there's one, there's always another, isn't there?
Yeah, but you know when Brian Call would have been at the top of the tree at yodeling.
He would have been, yes.
Yeah, but was there a somewhere else
a pecking order?
Was there a Strabon's answer to Brian
well, you see,
Call?
There's nobody's answer to anybody anymore. You used to read the paper and you'd say Longford's answer to Jim Reeves, or you'd see Strabon's answer to the Searchers, or you'd see Donegal's answer to Daniel O'Donnell, which is the answer is no.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you don't see that in the paper anymore. They just say things like, if you have a band who is Ireland's answer to U2, they call themselves U3. That's what you do. They're called tribute bands now. They're not Ireland's answer to. Listen, incidentally, just talking about, there's a young lady coming on this programme next Friday who is fascinating, and she's a girl called Marion Green. I don't know if you met her or not.
No.
She's Danish,
yeah,
but she's got an Oma accent.
Right.
And do you know why she's got that accent? Because, well, maybe not an Oma, somewhere between an Oma and an Armagh, Tyrone and an Armagh accent. She's Danish. Her father was English, right? But her mother was Danish. But she was born in Copenhagen and brought up Danish, speaking Danish, and speaks a little English. But she didn't speak much English. But she found a record one time of, who was it? I can't remember. Some kind of folk record from Northern Ireland. And it was boys talking. And she went home and she played it. And she loved it. And she kept buying all these things about Northern Ireland. She developed a Northern Ireland accent. She's talking like that there. And she's a great singer. And she's coming in on Friday, and she's going to come in with her band who are all Danish, except for one guy. And she's going to be talking like that there. I'm from Denmark. And next Friday we've got Christy Moore coming in live December. What is? Hold on a second. Have you got a calendar there?
I don't know what day. A man told me on Sunday that it was 5 weeks to Christmas. Last Sunday.
Well, this should not be news to you, having
was
a
a great
calendar in
shock
front
to
of
me.
you. Well, so that's Marion Green this Friday, and the Friday after that we've got a very, very special visit from Christy Moore. And this
are we in December yet? No, we couldn't be. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No,
it's because it's November now.
Yeah, what date?
I think it's the 24th, is it? Or the 23rd?
23rd, Emma said.
You should write that down in the back of your hand. Then you'll know it if anyone ever asks. Oh, this is the wrong one.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one, sorry. These are very unpredictable. See, whenever you put in 9, it goes 10. Do you know what I mean?
But it skips forward one.
It does that,
Yes,
yeah.
that's right.
Got our redundancy. Myself and the boys went on the spree. A brand new passport in my hand as we took off for the Netherland. Myself, Denny, O'Dwyer and Scott at Schiphol. We were all half caught. We opened up the duty free, the red lemonade and the brandy, and jumped on board the tram. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Our first stop was was the coffee shop. In we went and we all sparked up. Hashish from Pakistan, Morocco, Nepal and Lebanon. All the boys was rolling joints. They forgot to drink their pints. The water pipe came bubbling around. We took one pull, hit the ground. Let's wake 'em if you can. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Then we went to the Blarney Stone by the wind and the Leinster final on. The lily whites, the boys in blue, the Tattoos and Majors. Over to Mulligan's for the night. The bar was lippin', the band was shite. The Berg, the Bono and the Wolf Tones. Till Denny grabbed the microphone, gave us a Van de Man. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Then Mecker says, while we're here, we'll go and have a look at all the kinky gear. I sang the quiet prayer, I wouldn't bump into anyone from Kildare. Big dildos, blow-up dolls, snap-on tools, hairy balls, vibrators, whips and chains and zips, and fanny ticklers, God between us and all harm. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam.
Close your ears.
Then we went for a midnight walk. Our eyes were out in stalks, gay bars, bordellos, and models in the windows with no clothes. Denny, he danced all night with a South American transvestite. Everything was going grand till Denny tried to drop the hand. Pandemonium. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. The bouncer, she was 5'10", a lowland heavyweight champion. Hit Denny an awful box, the boys run amok, wrecked the shop. We could hear the squad cars getting near. It's time, lads, we were out of here. Denny pulled up his tights and we disappeared into the night. All together now, one by one. Oh, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Queen Beatrix, she rides her bike. Rembrandt is singing down in the Reich. Ajax, Heineken, Van Gogh and the Gargle and the Genji. On Monday morning we were all half cracked. We dived into the Kaisergrat. They fished us out, hosed us down, and put us in the plane to Dublin. Home to the mummy again. Oh, the weekend that we spent in. Oh, the weekend that we spent in. Oh, the weekend we spent in Amsterdam.
That's Christy Moore, The Weekend in Amsterdam. That's from his new album, which is called Folktale. And I said he'd be here on Monday week and Friday week, but he won't be. He'll be here on Friday, December the 9th. So Marion Green will be here this Friday, and then other people will be there the Friday after that. And then Christy Moore will be on this programme on December the 9th, doing about an hour for us. I'm looking forward to that immensely. I have to warn you about something that's appeared on the horizon. You may have seen this. It's another Flash Your Lights at Me. I've already been sent to it. I've already had it sent to me by a number of people. It's called the Donegal Roundabout.
Oh, no.
Have you come across
No.
this? A man singing about a Donegal Roundabout. It is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
It will be hugely popular. And people have, 5 or 6 people have sent it to me already, including a video, which is horrendous. So whenever somebody sends that to you, of course you will probably play it.
No,
with
well,
great
listen,
pleasure.
before you go away, sorry
Yes.
for interrupting you, but this is a good friend of yours.
Yes.
And it's her birthday. Her name is Margaret Doherty. She lives here in Derry in Danesford Crescent. Celebrated her birthday yesterday from her 2 lifelong friends, Dorothy and Kathleen. And could you play something? Well, you can't play anything for her now. And I'm afraid you've upset Kathleen terribly.
Why?
Kathleen's your sister.
Oh,
Family request. He's saying, look, just shows you. Just shows you the last minute on the programme. Your sister asked you for a request for her lifelong friend, and what do?
I didn't know about it. You never tell me about it. You kept it from me until the last minute
didn't.
to make me look bad.
You should have known Margaret's birthday.
I didn't know it was Margaret's birthday. I'm sorry, Margaret, if you're listening. I didn't realise it was your birthday. I'll play her something tomorrow. What do you think I am, some kind of a monster? Why am I supposed to know these things? Do you think I've got some kind of, what am I, some memory man or something like that?
Well, will you play something nice for her tomorrow?
I certainly will. Will you remind me? Give me that piece of paper. Don't be hiding it.
All right.
And locking it away in your big cabinet. Also, I met a man yesterday. I can't remember his name. I think his name was John O. I'm not quite sure what it was, but he told me he asked me if I play him a request, and I hope I've got it right. but I probably haven't got it right. So if I haven't got it right, I apologise. Keep that piece of paper.
What was
Tell
the
me how to
request
shut-
for John O?
I don't know. Back tomorrow.